This is my workmate. It's one of these fold away, cost £15, whatever, to buy. But I've done a few jigs and things to try and get the most you can out of it. Also, I like it because I can work sitting down because I'm lazy. There you go. First things first. So the first thing we've done is screw it to the floor. Screw it to the floor. Doesn't move. Yeah, whatever. Second thing is fitted wider and bigger tops. Also with a bit more of an overhang. Just go over there. More of an overhang on the edges than you get with the standard tops, so that when you come to speed clamp, you've got much more room to clamp speedily. There you go. Also, the normal tops come with a myriad of holes everywhere. I decided to not bother and just make holes as and when I needed them for various jobs. When you're using the see, that's how you work, like a surgeon's table when you're using the dogs in the top. That way you don't end up with a load of holes in the top of the bench when you're trying to work on it. Also, I've marked on the top of the bench, although it's filthy because I've been using it for woodworking, marked out where the various jigs and things go. Right, let's start with the, what should we start with? The rip jig, there you go. Okay, this is the rip jig. When I say jig, I use the word in the loosest possible sense, obviously. Anyway, so this is a part that's normally screwed in. It's marked on the bench. I line up the holes every time I want to use it. I'm sure over time they'll wear, but for now it works. Corresponding end, have another sliding wedge, and this piece you can screw in and adjust wherever you want it. It's because I had a lot of rip cuts to do with my circular saw, and you basically have that in there. This is just a random piece of wood. Say I wanted to just cut a thin piece off there. It's difficult to clamp. Wedge that bad boy, bang bang bang, drive that in with a mallet, douche. This is then held in place, so this is screwed in, this is screwed in, then you get your circular saw and just, there you go. That's number one. Number two, this is just a crappy little plastic mitre box. And invariably they go, even with the little, let's get a good shot, pseudo bench hook on the front, they still have a tendency to pop out. So, screw it down to the bench. Dush. Nice and secure. Now you can make all the mitre cuts you want. As an aside, I think people get a little bit too, what's the word, precious about the workbench. It's a workbench. It is a bench for working on. Hence, saw marks, gouges, whoops, I've missed with a circular saw. Doesn't matter. It is a bench to be worked on, not a thing of beauty. Well, it is a thing of beauty, but you know. Right, next. The bench hook. Oldest jig in the world. Lovely bench hook. Beautiful. Saw, put the wood in place. But, flip it round, clamp it into place there, and then you can use your, where is it? There it is. Japanese style pull saw with the bench hook reversed. Oh. Are there no beginnings to my talents? This is number whatever we're up to. the musing board, an assembly board. It's just the board, two blocks screwed to the bottom, which you clamp into place. Come out for this, such a small shed. Now you've instantly got a large table for working on, assembling, sketching, drawing, whatever you do. You'll appreciate all this is for people who have limited room. Let me just give you a quick pan round of the limited room. And that's it. Onwards. Look now, my crappy little fold-away £15 bench is now a router table. Router sits in this lovely little stand, just clamped securely between the jaws. Under the table blocks, you can see that, it's all good. Strategically placed shop vac in the orifice. Router bit. Ooh, don't try this when it's spinning. Fence guide, all that. So now your crappy little round fold-away table is a router table, and again, because it's screwed to the floor, it ain't going anywhere. You can get big planes and all sorts working on this; it won't move. And finally, crosscut jig, smiley face. Ta-da! So this is just to take my cheapy Powercraft Home Depot, 25 bucks, £25. I'm in the UK for God's sake. Circular saw, turn it into a crosscut. Again, same thing, nice big chunky bit of ply, bolted to said bench, screwed, speed, and what is cock-handed? Oh, I want to cut this piece of wood just on the end there. Line out with a line. Boom! Cut. Right in the channels. Oh, let me sit back. Oh, failure. Cut. And there we have it. I'm sure there's other jigs and things I make. Oh yes, hold on. The final and simplest jig of all, just a piece of wood thrown in the top. Oh, and I've got the airbrush compressor, airbrush. Alright, it's a duster, but fine artwork. There we go. Examples of tags. There we go. And that's, I mean, it's hardly a jig. It's just a piece of wood with a couple of notches that drop onto the metal runners. And then, of course, you can angle it back and forth to give you an ideal working angle. So that's it. Yeah. So, not the biggest of benches. I've not got the biggest of space. I think, like so many things, it's what you do with them. Plus, it helps to have tools laid out to the side, so you're not leaving them on the bench. One of the biggest mistakes is leaving them on here. You start to store, chop, vibrate, and they fall off, go through your foot. And then have stands for your drills or whatever, planes, whatever power tool I'm using sits on that little doohickey, and then pens, sketches, plans, tapes along the top. It's all about making use of the space. Enjoy.